Namaste. Sage Agastiyar On Sivalingam. It is generally said that everything is in our hands. Is it just a saying or is it really in our hands? According to Agastiyar, our hands are the Sivalingam. I have taken two songs from his book on Tarkasastram, a debate with his student Pulatyar. First song, Agastya says, I will tell you in detail about the Purnam, the whole that became the vowels and the conjunct consonants. The vowels must be merged with the conjunct consonants, and if it is done rightly, that becomes dhyana that leads to virtuous deeds. In case if the aim is missed, it becomes a sin. Add the three syllables I, O and ak to the five vowels A, E, U, A, O and view it. The eighth syllable, which is like a trishul with the three thunder, Agni and lightning, is responsible for creation, is the origin that shrinks in the fist, is only the Veda that one should see and understand. He exclaims, who will know the name of the poet called Brahma? According to Agastiyar, the Sivalingam and the Vedas are in our hands. Veda means the syllables and their sounds, when used politely, will help in maintaining health and happiness. The first phalanges of the fingers represent 10 vowels. 5 short vowels on the left hand is ruled by moon, and 5 long vowels on the right hand is ruled by sun. Second song, Agastya says, I will tell you as was told to me by Shiva. Shiva told me that the breath that we take in is the one that will take us to Paragati called Mukti. He cautions that this should not be shared with very grisly thieves. In the universe, Paurnami, the full moon, reduces and becomes Amavasai, and the same became syllables in the Ida and left hand and Pingala the right hand. He ends the song by saying that one should approach the Guru to know this in detail. In Tamil, there are 13 vowels A, I, U, A, I, O, Au, Ak, which occupies the first phalanges of both hands. The 16 conjunct consonants starting from Ik to Il in the Ida and Pingala are Ik, Ing, Ich, In, It, In, It, In, Ip, Im, I, Ir, Il, Iv, Il, Ir, In. The last two syllables, Ir and In, represents Rahu and Ketu. On the day of full moon, sun and moon are opposite to each other. When moon starts moving away from sun, the syllable starts losing life one per day and becomes conjunct consonant, and on the 16th day is the new moon day called Amavasai. When the syllables start moving towards sun, receiving life from sun one per day and becomes consonants, on the 16th day is the full moon day, Paurnami. Abstract form of Panchabhutas, when they descend, it takes the material form of Navagrahas, that is, A. Saturn, E. Venus, U. Mars, A. Mercury, O. Jupiter. When they descend further on earth, the same is called Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, space and air. Two luminaries, I. Moon, intelligence, Au. Sun, the soul. The two Chaya Grahas, the Rahu and Ketu, in the consciousness. The one on top represents universal consciousness, and the bottom two dots represents Rahu, thunder and darkness on the right, and Na, Ketu, lightning and silence on the left. The whole universe is covered by these three things in abstract form. When we hold our palm in thumb up position, we will notice that it forms a triangle as a whole, and also each finger forms a triangle. The first phalange of the 5 fingers represents Panchabhutas. Each finger represents a chakra. Between the little finger and ring finger, Mooladhara and Swadhisthana Chakra, is the Agni Mandalam. Between middle finger and index finger, Manipuraha and Anahata Chakra, is the Surya Mandalam. Chandra Mandalam is between Vishuddhi and Ajna Chakra, that is, above the index finger and the first interphalange in the thumb is the Chandra Mandalam. The tip of the thumb is the Turiyam, the crown center. Each Mandalam covers 2 chakras and Agni Mandalam covers the whole universe as well. Thumb up posture is the form of Sivalingam without the 8 and 16 petals that represents 8 long vowels and 16 consonants that come from long vowels or for the material world. According to Agastiyar, water and earth are one because the essence of water is earth. 3 lines drawn on the Sivalingam horizontally using sacred ash represents 3 mandalam. Our fingers have 4 parts, 3 phalanges and a base. First phalange represents 5 vowels called Shivam or the Panchabhutas. Thumb, O, fire, index finger, A, air, middle finger, O, space, ring finger, A, earth, and the little finger, E, water. The syllable I represent Ajna Chakra, intelligence, is the first phalange of the thumb, and tip of the thumb is Au, Turiyam, crown center, is the life, soul. At birth, the life force is at the crown center, and as we grow, it comes down and settles in the Anahata Chakra. The second phalanges of the fingers represent sun. Third phalanges represent Agni, and the base of fingers represents moon. The syllables under sun are called Para, hard sounding ones starting from the thumb to little finger. Ka, sa, da, ta, pa. The medium sounding syllables under Agni are called Madhyama, Ya, Ra, La, Va, La, starting from the thumb to little finger in the third phalanges. The syllables under moon are called Pasyanti, soft sounding ones, Nga, Nya, Na, Na, Ma, starting from the base of thumb to the base of the little finger. 3 syllables, Ra, Ra, Na, are placed in a triangular form in the center of the palm that represents superconsciousness, Rahu and Ketu. The syllable I is placed at the end of the palm down below the thumb, and Au is placed at the end of the palm down below the little finger. The palm that is square in the stretched out right hand below the left hand represents earth stretch. The hollow portion of the middle of the palm represents water below earth. Sivalingam also represents Sri Chakra without the 8 long vowels and 16 long consonants that represents the lotus petals is Raudram. These 2 are not included in this because the Sivalingam is for spirituality. When the universal consciousness descends, it takes the form of individual consciousness. Rahu and Ketu takes the form of sun and moon, and when they further descend, it takes the form of life and body. The right hand of Vishnu idol with fingers pointing upward indicates that vowels are on top end of the fingers is called the head sun. The conch on the other right hand indicates sound of vowels. The left hand pointing downwards indicates conjunct consonants or below and are called foot, moon, and the chakra on the other left hand with 16 spokes indicates 16 conjunct consonants. Thanks for your patient hearing and wish you a happy yoga day. Namaste.